Welcome back, everyone, to the smartest year ever, our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. My name is Gordy, hello, and I was just wondering, what is the oldest national flag still in use today? Like, which country is still flying the same design that they were hundreds of years ago? Stick with me for 5 minutes. I bet you can work this into a conversation today. But first, like and subscribe if you haven't, so you can keep up every single day. I do this every single day. School's almost back in session, and so I think it's good that we start with a quiz here. Get everyone sharp. What do you think is the oldest flag that has been continuously used? I'll give you some choices. All right, let's go with Denmark, Greece, or Egypt. All right, so I'll let you think, and before I reveal the answer, there are a few caveats. When we talk about a flag being continuously used or national, we're wading into the weeds of history and vexillology, which is the study of flags, and that this will attract its fair share of pennant pedants. You like that? Pennant pedants. I was very proud of myself for that. A little vexillology etymology comes from the Latin word vexillum, which was a kind of square flag that was carried by Roman cavalry, and logia, the Greek suffix logia, which means study. But yeah, so a lot of times a flag starts as a military banner and then only later becomes a national symbol. For instance, the Welsh red dragon was a symbol for over 1,000 years, but it was only officially recognized as the national flag in 1959. Another example is the Japanese rising sun flag, super iconic, you know it, and it's a design with ancient roots, but it was primarily a military flag. And so while these nuances matter, today we're focused on the flag's core recognizable design surviving across centuries and also representing an entire populace, not just the military, for example. So now the answer. The oldest continuous flag belongs to Denmark. You know, that small Scandinavian country with a red and white design that dates back, according to legend, to a moment of divine intervention in a medieval war. Denmark holds the Guinness record for the world's oldest continuously used national flag, indeed, and it is called the Dannebrog. And it's a red field, white Nordic cross, and it has been flapping in some form since the year 1219. According to legend, the Dannebrog flag literally fell from the sky. Watch out. And as the lore goes, on June 15th, 1219, during the Battle of Lindenice, in what is now Tallinn, Estonia, Danish forces were losing to pagan Estonian tribes. As things looked grim, a red flag with a white cross supposedly descended from the heavens, rallying the Danes, who then won the battle. The miracle was seen as divine approval of their crusade, and the Dannebrog was born. The story was widely believed by the 16th century and cemented in Danish national identity ever since. The earliest surviving reference to the Dannebrog legend comes from the 1470s, and the flag itself was being used in Danish military context as early as the 14th century. What's remarkable, though, is how little the flag has changed. Unlike the United States, the American flag, that's had 27 versions. I thought that was interesting. I should probably do another episode on that, because they're looking through that. There's some interesting ones in there. But the Dannebrog has remained visually consistent for over 700 years. The simple white Nordic cross on a red background became so iconic, really, that it has served as the model for Sweden, Norway, Iceland, Finland, and also the Faroe Islands. Shout out to the Faroe Islands. If I have any listeners there, say hi. In Denmark, the flag really isn't just on government buildings or like patriotic holidays. You'll see it on birthday cakes, Christmas trees, gravestones. It's flown at weddings and funerals. It's really a part of their daily life. Also, Denmark listeners, correct me if I'm wrong. But that's partly why this flag has been so enduring. The Dannebrog doesn't just represent a government or a monarch. It represents Danish identity. It's not like controversial in a political sense, in a decidedly political way, as others could be. It's just Denmark. That's what it represents. The flag's design was officially codified in 1748, but by then it was already everywhere. And to this day, June 15th is the day that it supposedly fell from the sky, and that's still celebrated as Valdemarsdag, or Flag Day in Denmark. I have trouble with some of those Scandinavian languages, so let me know how I did there. Another fun fact. The most likely origin of the word flag comes from Middle English words like flaken or a flacken with a C, which meant to flap or flutter. That's kind of cool, right? But so there you have it. The oldest national flag still in use isn't Spanish, Greek, Egyptian. It's Danish. It's simple, and it might just be the only flag on earth that came from the heavens, at least according to the Danes. Go check out my sources, which can be found in the YouTube description. Leave me a comment. I'm sure that there are people, my little brother used to just freaking love flags as a kid. I know people really love flags. I like flags. I wouldn't say I love flags, but I like flags. What's your favorite flag? I remember as a kid, when I was like 5 or 4 in preschool, really liking the Saudi Arabia flag, thinking it looked really cool. I mean, completely apolitically, just like, that looks badass. Are there any flags that you particularly like? Let me know, because I'd love to see that in the comment and go check them out and rate your flag out of 10. Other than that, I'd like to see you tomorrow. So subscribe if you haven't. And in the meantime, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. I will see you tomorrow in the smartest year ever.